Killers of the Flower Moon was directed by Martin Scorsese and written by him and Eric Roth. This was a major passion project for him, a film he's been trying to get made for a very long time. The film tells the story of members of the Osage tribe in the United States who are murdered under mysterious circumstances in the 1920s, sparking a major FBI investigation. But before we get into the rest of the video, I do want to give a major thank you to the sponsor, Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. Their team of gourmet chefs create each meal using only ingredients with integrity to help you feel your best all day long. Are you too busy this fall to cook but want to make sure you're eating well? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store and the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to crushing your goals. And you can relish the best of autumn with fall flavors. They're limited time only, hearty, comforting meals featuring seasonal veggies like cranberry pecan chicken and apple Dijon pork chops. Ready in just 2 minutes, they'll satisfy your fall cravings during the busy season without the hassle. This October, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door ready in just 2 minutes with no prep and no mess. In our house, Factor has seriously cut down on grocery shopping time. It's made it so much easier and faster to prep for our meals, which is really helpful when you have 2 kids and you gotta get things done fast. So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code Stuckmann50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. I actually had a chance to see this movie a week ago at a press screening, but I got the flu and wasn't able to go, so I saw it as soon as I possibly could this Thursday, the earliest showing. This is a 3.5-hour movie, as I'm sure most reviews you read and watch will tell you, and yet every single minute feels completely justified. Not only because the film is very important, but because it's paced very well. Thelma Schoonmaker, once again editing for Martin Scorsese, proves why she is and will always be one of the best. I was so invested in the film that it felt more like 2.5 hours, and so somewhere along the line, about an hour evaporated into thin air. It's a Scorsese movie, so of course it looks beautiful. Rodrigo Prieto's cinematography is stunning. All of the major performances will likely get Oscar consideration, especially Lily Gladstone, who plays Molly Burkhart, a woman who marries DiCaprio's Ernest Burkhart. They meet because he's a cab driver who picks her up. He's just gotten back from the war. He had an injury that doesn't allow him to do any heavy lifting, and so he's driving people around, and they eventually fall in love. But Robert De Niro's character, William Hale, clearly has other things on his mind when he continuously makes suggestions to Ernest about how he could manipulate all of the wealth that the Osage people have, namely the oil that has been discovered on their land that they own the rights to. And over the course of the film, the Osage on this land are murdered slowly, one by one, as some shady folks behind the scenes try to move inheritances as well as other sums of money into their own pockets. Since this side of history is largely unknown and not really discussed that much, it's really important that this movie exists to not only teach people about this dark chapter of American history, but also, rather horrifically, draw parallels to today, which informs us yet again that history can repeat itself in very gruesome ways. But I think for me, the most horrifying thing about the film is some of its early discussions with characters, where they're just sitting over dinner and they're talking about ways that they could earn money. And there's the slightest hint of some nastiness in this conversation. They don't really come out and say certain things, but you can tell that they're thinking it. And behind the scenes, you begin to realize how this machine is running, so to speak. And it's those early conversations and how normal they seemed that scares me so much as I look back on the film, because really under the surface, this is about hate crimes, racial violence. And it's the fact that to everyone around some of these characters, it really did seem innocent at first. This is why all of the performances are so stunning. DiCaprio is once again really excellent because he has a big challenge. His character is not really a hero. In fact, originally, the first draft of the script was going to be that he portrayed like the heroic FBI guy coming in to solve these murders, and they realized it really should be more from the perspective of the Osage people and folks who were directly involved with this, and not so much from the suits who come in and try to help later. His character Ernest just got back from the war. He was a cook. He didn't really see much bloodshed or battle. And DiCaprio finds a way to play that with a lot of complex conflict because he really does love this woman that he's fallen in love with, Molly. But there are other characters that are suggesting that he does some very dark deeds with his free time. De Niro is also marvelous in the movie. Big surprise, Robert De Niro is really good in a Martin Scorsese movie, and I was just kind of pinching myself that still in 2023, I can experience that in the theater. And I think that was one of my favorite things about seeing it tonight. It felt like a privilege to watch a 3.5-hour Scorsese film in a theater and be there with everyone else. And I know that in some ways I'm starting to sound old when I say these things, but I just don't feel that way. I really do cherish the movie theater experience. And I try to see everything, even like random re-releases for movies I don't necessarily love, but would love to see them on the big screen because I never got a chance to. Seeing a Scorsese movie with this cast, with a story of this weight and importance, is not something you should miss on the big screen. It's a great movie that is very long but expertly paced. It's a story that I think everybody should know about, and it's made by people who really do care. So don't miss this movie in theaters. I think it's one of the best films of the year. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon in my 11th annual Halloween special. I hope you guys are having a good time with that. I'm having a lot of fun making those videos. I do work very hard on them, so please do check out the playlist. It's about to be linked here in a second. Thank you guys, as always, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.